All right, guys. Since it has been over a week since we did lessons 9.1 and 9.2, I wanted to do just like a really quick review. Okay, so if you will turn to page, what page is this one? 538, I think it is. You will see the lesson check on line plots. Okay, so you have a line plot that looks like this. We have 1/8, 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2. Okay. Above it, we've got 2 X's here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 X's here. We've got 4 here. And we've got 4 here. All right, the one in your book is probably looking a little nicer than mine, but you get the general gist. Okay, so based on this, we are going to read the word problem and then the 2 questions that go along with it. It's just question 1 and 2. A baker uses different amounts of salt when she bakes loaves of bread, depending on which recipe she is following. The amount of salt called for in each recipe is shown on the line plot, okay? And you'll see that this is in salt in teaspoons, okay? So basic components of your line plot. Your line plot is going to have, obviously, a line. It is going to have what you're measuring in at the bottom. In this case, it's measuring in salt. It has, in this case, it's showing different amounts, but this could be as simple as green, blue, yellow, pink, you know, if you were trying to do the colors of gummy bears that you're eating. Anything at all, okay? You can display all kinds of information on a line plot. In this case, they are displaying information about how much salt is in each of her recipes. So question 1 says, based on the line plot, how many recipes call for more than 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt? Okay, so here is 1/4, and it wants to know how many recipes have more. So what are you going to do? You're going to look over here to see how many have more. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and 2 more here, so that would be 6 recipes, okay? What is the average amount of salt called for in each recipe? All right, now, the average, if you'll recall, is where you're going to have to add them all up, okay? To find the average, you are going to have to add up all of the numbers and then divide by how many there are. In this case, there are 4, 8, 12, 13, 14 altogether. So before we can divide by 14, Marybeth, can you see all the way over here?
Yep.
Okay, before you can divide by 14, you're going to have to add them up. I'm going to go the shortcut way, and I'm going to multiply each one to see what the amount is. There are 4 X's on this one, so, oops, sorry.
You just want a 1 under it.
Just want a 1 under it. Thank you, Marybeth. Okay, so that ends up being 4 8s. That doesn't seem right. Okay, plus 1/4.
It's right.
Yeah, it's right. Sorry. Over 4/1, which would end up being 1. Okay, 3/8 times, again, there are 4. 4/1 is 12/8, or 1. And I'm going to leave it in 8s to make it easier to add by. So 1 and 4/8. And then the last one is 1/2. And this time we only have 2 times 2/1 would give you 1 again. So plus 1, okay? So we're going to add those up. Okay, there is, because we are dividing by
14,
but we're going to end up with a fraction. We're going to put it over 1. Okay, oops.
You want it to divide.
I'm going to divide. Okay, so let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. 3 plus 4/8 and 4/8 is another 1, so that is 4. Okay, so you are doing 4 altogether divided by 14. Okay, because it ends up being a whole number when you add it all together, you could do it the other way, but just in case you don't have a whole number, let me show you how you would do that. Again, you would drop, change, flip. Okay, so your total would end up being
4/14.
4/14. We reduce that to our lowest term. So 4 divided by 2 would be 2. 14 divided by 2 would be 7. So the average would be 2/7 teaspoon. Okay. Again, to find the average, remember our discussion, you add up all of the numbers. I know I multiplied to get them to kind of do it a little faster, but you add up all of the numbers and then you divide by how many numbers there are. So we added up all of these amounts. We divided by 14 because there were 14 X's altogether. And we ended up with 2/7 of a teaspoon is the average amount. Does that make sense? Okay. Well, 2/7 of a teaspoon would fall somewhere right around here, just under 1/4. So yes, it would make sense. Okay. Alrighty. Let us review lesson 9.2 real quick. Okay. 9.2, we're on about coordinate planes. Okay. Coordinate planes. So. Okay. So if you will please turn to page 544, okay? You are going to see a coordinate plane that, actually, you know what? Mary Beth, zoom in real close on this right here. All right, here we go. So here is your coordinate plane. Let's see if we can get the light off of it. Okay, so as you recall, the one on the bottom, right down here, that is your x-axis, okay? The one going up the side is your y-axis, okay? X-axis, y-axis, and this 0 right here is your point of origin. That is where we are starting, okay? All right, so if we are looking at this ordered, this chart, okay, this grid, what ordered pair describes the location of the playground? Remember, always go x-axis and then y-axis to get that, okay? So the playground, if we're going to do the playground, we're going to go out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then up 1, 2. So the ordered pair for the playground would be 4, 2, okay? If you want to know what the distance is between the school and the library, you're going to have to find both ordered pairs. So the school, if you will go out to 7 and up 1, 2, is at 7, 2. The library is at 7, 8. So the way you find the difference is you just subtract, especially since they are on the exact same
Axis.
line on the x-axis. So 8 minus 2 equals 6. There are 6 units, and we just have to call them units because it doesn't tell us if these are miles or what. Okay, so that would be a 6-unit difference. Okay. All right, y'all did really well with these the other day. I'm hoping this is a good refresher. If not, please, please, please just ask me questions in the bottom. I will give you whatever information you need. All right, good luck, guys.